Let's learn a thing or two from Martin Armstrong, who appeared on Greg Hunter's USAWatchdog. The interview on YouTube is titled Martin Armstrong, Permanent Gridlock and Tax Disaster Coming to America. Martin reiterated what he had already been saying elsewhere, but notice something interesting. Quote, he believes, or it's not a quote, I'm just saying this, he believes that the stock market is not going to crash in a big way. And you need to remember that. He has been right about this all along, and I have been wrong. And this means that I'm still wrong about the stock market. I keep talking about how it's going to crash, and I keep getting it wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. And he makes some very good points about gold. There is a limit to how far up it will go. Yes, it will increase in value, but it's not easily transportable, and it doesn't give banks the income that they are searching for. So who are you going to believe? A has-been finance guy who has been getting it wrong, or a man who has a 30 to 40 year track record of always getting it right, or as much as always as when did he get it wrong? And that's Martin Armstrong. Of course, you'll choose me, right? Right? I guess that I'm a walking, talking reason why the Dunning-Kruger effect is such an accurate portrayal of our inability to make good decisions. I still feel that I'm right, even though Martin Armstrong, who is better and smarter than me on this, gets it right. Oh, and he has other interesting things to say in this video, and they should all be paid attention to. Conflict and war are dead ahead. And then I looked at the write-up that Greg Hunter always does alongside his interviews, and Greg titled that write-up, Gold Rising Because It Protects Against Government. Martin Armstrong. And here is the last paragraph of this write-up. Quote, what about Armstrong's war cycle? Armstrong predicts it's pointing straight up. We have two cycles. One is civil unrest, the other is international war. The civil unrest would show more on the revolutionary side, and normally they don't particularly take place at the same time. They realign once every 300 or so years, and that's what is happening right now. So we have a rise in civil unrest, and you can see it with this polarization in politics that will lead to civil war, and there is no other way around this. Neither side is going to accept whoever wins in 2020. This nonsense about Russia and Trump and Russia is absolutely absurd. They claim the Russians hacked the DNC emails, and that is why Hillary lost. There is no allegation that anybody faked the emails or that they weren't true. Over 70% of Democrats think that Russia is the enemy. You create that kind of sentiment, and that is what leads to war. Close quote. Let me repeat that last sentence. You create that kind of sentiment, and that is what leads to war. So expect conflict, war, and more war.